Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another episode of One Big Hand. In this episode, we will be going over One Big Hand.
No shit, Sherlock.
Let's jump right into it. We're playing the 1-3 game at Agua Caliente in Rancho Mirage, California. We have worked our $300 buy-in up to around $325 at this point.
Oh my God! Wow!
It was a pretty swingy session. We were probably in for around 3 hours at this point. And I left shortly after this hand. We were on $325 in the under the gun plus 2 position, and we looked down at pocket 8s. I raise it up to $12 here from early position, and a middle position player who is a very competent and good player puts in the call, and we have a late middle position player who is the opposite. He has been splashing around in a lot of pots and showing a lot of times that he really doesn't know what he's doing. He also puts in the call, so we have a good and a bad player in the pot with us here. We're going 3 ways to the flop. The flop comes 8-6 deuce here, so obviously we flopped the best thing we could have hoped for, which is top set, and given the way I played it from early position, I think that I can credibly rep ace king, ace queen type hands here when I check it over to them. I'm going to be checking here a lot of the time because the middle position player is a good player and he will sense weakness here, bet, maybe I get a call out of the other player, and then I can come in for a raise and really build the size of the pot here. That's what I do. I check it over, and now, just as I thought, the middle position player puts in a bet. He bets $20 into 40 here, which I think is fine. The late middle position player, who I definitely want in the pot, puts in the call, and now it's back around to us in the best situation possible here. On a rainbow type board here, I'm putting people on straight draw, backdoor flush draw with a pair type hands here. So I don't need to raise too big here in my opinion. I end up raising to $45 here, and both people make the call. So we're going 3 ways to the turn. With around 175 in the pot here, the turn comes the 10 of spades, so it brings in the backdoor spade draw. I am not going to be check raising here again. I think if I check to them, it'll get checked through, and we run a lot of risk of our hand being beaten by the river. So we are going to be putting in a bet here all day. I bet $60 here into a pot of 175. In hindsight, I think I could be going a little bit bigger here. One of my flaws is that I do bet too small when I have a good hand because I think that I'm going to be scaring people out of the pot. When on the flip side, I should be betting a little bit larger to deny equity to draws that are always going to be calling, as well as I would like to build the size of the pot when I do have a good hand. That way I can maximize my profit. So I bet $60 here. I think it should be closer to the range of $90. However, both players do make the call. The good player in middle position begrudgingly makes the call from what I could see. I don't know if that was a tell he was trying to get off to me, but the late position player does not give anything off and just quickly calls. So now we are going 3 ways to a river in a fairly bloated pot here. With around 335 in the pot, the river comes the jack of clubs. I look at both their stacks, and the middle position player has around 125 at this point, and the late position player has around 160 at this point. I cover both of them, and because there's 335 in the pot, the only move here is to shove. If they somehow beat us with a set or some weird straight, good on them, but we are going to be shoving here all day. The good middle position player begrudgingly makes the fold, and the late position player puts in the call. The good middle position player later told me that he had ace-6 of spades, so he had a pair on the flop, then he turned a flush draw, so obviously he's going nowhere, but then bricked both on the river, and he cannot call an all-in there with one pair when I've shown aggression on all 3 streets. However, someone needs to fill in the late position player that he should not be calling when he shows 8-9 offsuit for flop top pair, which was not a top pair by the river, obviously. We get a gift there. We're not complaining at all. We show our set. We scoop a very nice pot there, puts us into profit land. Thank you for that gift. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that, but you know what? I really appreciate that call there. And if you ever want to play my home game, you know where to find me. This is my channel. Hit me up at my email.
I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work.
No, I'm just kidding, guys. But seriously, that was a fun hand to play. Like always, please smash the like button. It means more than you know. If you're new here and you just found my videos, check out my other videos. They'll be right up here, or they'll be right up here. Check out my videos. If you're new, please subscribe, join the family, leave a comment down below what you guys thought of this hand, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thanks for watching to the end of my video. Click my head below to subscribe and stay in the loop. See you next time.